a lot is done to celebrate mothers. A lot is done to celebrate the power of mothers and the effect that mothers have on children. And often we hear only the positive effects that mothers have on children. But how often do we stop and ask ourselves, what is the power of fathers? What are the powers of the fathers in the lives of their children? How effective are fathers, and how effective is their presence in the lives of their children? What difference can their presence make in the lives of their children? Does it have a positive impact on the kids' lives? Does it have a negative impact? And what would happen to our boys if more fathers were in their lives? I found a wonderful podcast that explored that topic, and these guys looked at some really interesting ideas around fatherhood, parenting, and the effects of fathers in their children's lives. I think it's a very good discussion that they had. So let's check out this one and see what they have to offer.
That's so real. The power of father is so dope. It's been said, and of course, I ain't trying to get nobody to turn away from their good thing, but they did a study and it showed that a child, specifically a boy who grows up with his mother and father, he has a certain level of security that we celebrate. But if anything breaks up, and the mother and the father do not make it, a boy who grows up exclusively with his father turns out just as good or better than the child who grew up in a solid mother and father home. And so I realized that the bigger trick of the enemy is to mute the voice of the man, to make sure that his voice ain't in there, because the attack ain't even on the man or the woman. It's like, I got to get this little seed because he's 10 times more powerful than this guy. And if he don't learn.
These studies have been replicated so many times to show the effects of fathers in the lives of their children, and the fact that if a child grows up with his father, his outcome is just as good as if he had both parents. It's a really interesting phenomenon. Yet the courts consistently just give children to the mothers as a given. The facts just don't bear out that should be the case.
Hell, then it's all good. I can get him. I can move however I want to move, but not on my watch.
Yeah, I pulled up at the house when we was coming home the other day, and Tyler, he was rollerblading, you know what I'm saying, with his sisters and everything. I pulled up and I said, so I don't even know what I said. My wife was like, leave him alone. Like that, I just want to make sure that, you rollerblading like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, so I pull up, I jump out the car. I just want to see what kind of rollerblading y'all doing out here. And, he was happy to see Daddy there, man. Happy. I was like, okay, good. Good, we good.
What?
Are you rollerblading like this?
I think every father wants to make sure that his son is being a son and behaving like a son. This is normal. It's normal father behavior.
Or you rollerblading like this, right? How you rollerblading now?
Todd is going to watch over his garden at all
costs. Until they get to the age where they can handle it themselves. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna teach it to you.
Yeah. Hey, sorry to interrupt this amazing episode because I know you're feeling it on the right side of your sha-na-na. Come on, somebody. But listen, I need you to do me a favor. We're on our way to 300,000 subscribers, and I need to get there a little quicker. And the only way I can get there is if you press subscribe. If you don't press subscribe already, tell somebody else to do it. I don't know why I try to be tough right there when I laugh all the time, but please subscribe quickly. Back to the show. Flat out.
The way we do everything.
Serious mama, just being real with you. I remember, I was at that 7 to 8 year old age, and that's why I just love Princeton so much. Everybody knows that I love all my children, but I protect my little baby so much more because they're not as vocal as the grown ones. But I remember at 7 to 8 years old having to be babysit by a neighbor, and I was touched as a child, and that's nothing that I ever shared with my parents, and because you just kind of embarrassed, you feel like it's your fault. And it was like, I think I carried the weight of what I had to carry until I got free from it. That was the reason why, I was very promiscuous with women. That was why I was very sexually active throughout, my high school, my college tenure. High school, I was kind of cool. I was trying to get up out the hood, I was disciplined, we gotta get a full ride scholarship to a D1 school. I gotta get out the hood, that type of thing. But I started to look at my patterns, and I realized through therapy and through Jesus that, man, that was something on the inside.
I don't know if people really get over being assaulted at such a young age. Um, that can be a really traumatic experience for any child, and to be living with this belief that it's their fault. A lot of kids need counseling for this. And the sad thing is, a lot of adults have grown up without getting any kind of help for it. And they don't even realize how much it's affecting them in their lives now. But this is a really serious issue, especially in the Black community.
Me that I wanted to make sure never happened to my children. Have you identified anything on the inside of you that you had to endure as a child that you like, wait a minute, that'll never happen to my children?
I would say the way we were brought up in public schools, grammar school, like it was a lot of fighting, a lot of like after school circling up around you, people pushing you in there to get the fight cracking.
Yeah.
So I found some trauma in that for me, where it was like I started preparing my kids like they was going to World War. Yeah, I'm like, this is what you do. Yeah. Somebody tell you that, hey, it's you and me after school. No, don't wait till after school. Walk right over there in the class, and I'm gonna be okay with stuff like just dumb stuff. I was doing too much.
Yeah,
it was just too much hand-to-hand combat training that I was putting on my boys and my daughters.
Yeah,
and everybody was like, but it's good though. Nah, it was trauma. Like it was trauma based.
Yeah,
and my son told me one time. He said, "Dad, it's been a fight at the school once in 3 years since I've been." I was like, so I'm messed up then. Yeah. That let me know at that moment, I said, where I was raised, that wasn't normal. That we was every day. I'm talking about, I remember two of my homies fighting for about 30 minutes on and off, all the way down the block, and the whole crowd was following them. This after school.
What's good is that he sees that the way he was brought up was just bad. His expectations of the school system was based on his own experience. And that's a problem, because if we don't realize that sometimes what we went through as youngsters, sometimes we have to realize that we have to break that cycle. Otherwise, our kids end up doing the same things that we did and nothing changes.
To the point that they picked up bricks. They was, you know what I'm saying? We was shorties.
Yeah.
But it was like, that was like the thing. So I'm confused that when I look at my son's upbringing and my daughters, and they say they don't have a fight in their school for years.
Yeah.
I said, man, so what have I prepared you guys for? Yeah. And where did that come from?
Yeah.
That let me know that maybe our culture is messed up.
Yeah.
We might be messed up that we growing up in a situation where we feeling like, man, I gotta know how to do this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it builds us. It makes us who we are. That
energy, man.
And it's a part that I feel like I can't really get to my son. Yeah. It's like that dog that I be needing.
They not gonna have it.
They ain't gonna have it.
Oh no. Not
and I be wanting them to have a little bit of it. It's like, I'm like, man, I want you to have something.
It's so good that more people are realizing that the culture is just toxic, and there are some elements of the culture that we just don't need. And as such, when you recognize that these are some things that we just don't need, just get rid of it. Just change it completely, adopt something else, and move on.
Yeah.
This thing on the inside that's just like, hey, I'll take this if I gotta.
Yeah.
He ain't got that. They so kind.
Oh man, I had the kindest children. You said,
yeah.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's all good. I deal with that, but I'm like, I'm kind of Jay-Z. Don't beat me up online for that. You ain't Hove did that, so you ain't got to go through that. So I'm literally trying to say, okay, cool. With the foundation that he has, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have a dog. It just means he ain't got the type of dog that I have to get out. So for them, when I'm listening to them and they talk about their problems, in my head, I'd be like, oh man, just run and play. And then the Lord be like, But in their world, like it's like a virtual world. So you gotta be able to hop in and do, like, okay, let me show some concern to that so he can keep bringing it to me.
Yeah.
Like, so as a parent now, I really have this beautiful poker face.
Yeah.
So when they're telling me what's going on, I may have solution, but I just lead with a whole lot of questions. So then what did you think? So, okay, so you thought that it'd be, okay, cool. So how did it turn out? And they just keep on going and going and going. And so I'm leading them and teaching them how to get the dog in a different way. I'm like, so why didn't you just get up and go after it?
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought this, and that. So why did you think that?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I thought it because of this, and this. And so if you thought that, then why didn't you boom, boom, boom? And they're like, okay, cool. And I'm leading them to the water. Okay. Because the one thing that we didn't have in our household was a man who was willing to communicate effectively.
No, because they sent me back out there to fight.
Yeah, so that's dad.
Right.
Who popped you upside the head?
Yeah, you better,
shit, if you don't go out there and pop him, they're gonna be popping every time you walk outside.
So I tried to mimic that.
Yeah.
I tried to tell them, hey man, don't come back here. I pulled in one night. I pulled in from being on the road.
That you have young parents in particular who are realizing the effects of proper communication and the benefits of the children. So not just to simply show them and say, oh, do this is right, do it this way. Do it because I said so, but let them understand how to solve their own problems and lead them to proper problem-solving skills, because that's how you teach them as well to handle themselves and to solve their own problems going forward as they become young adults.
My wife was telling me the little boy that has been causing problems for Todd at school, he over at the park around the corner. Now, my house is full. They having some type of get-together. My wife was having get-together, families there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I come home. I didn't even go in the house. I call him, send him outside. Send him outside. He gets in the car. I tell him, take your shirt off. He takes his shirt off. We riding in my truck. We riding in the truck. My son in the passenger seat with his shirt off. I said, hey, when we go over here, just go right over to the kid. I said, just go to work. I said, you don't stop until somebody gets you up off of him. I said, I'm gonna be out there with you. Ain't nobody gonna jump in. We gonna. I done lost it, man. I done lost it because we pull up out there. The little kid was gone. I come back home. He come back in the house. He got his shirt off. The whole family there. My wife like, why he ain't got his shirt on? I said, I ain't want the little boy to be able to grab nothing. I just wanted him,
Such a
But I mean, so when you ask me about the trauma, brother, that's trauma. That's
trauma.
That's and I realized it now. I realized that, hey, Todd, this that ain't normal, bro. And I'm working through that.
Yeah.
Seriously, I really am working through, like, bro, there are ways to talk through everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, now that I'm real, and you know what? Another place where I'm really learning it is coaching these baseball.
Oh yeah,
because they be yelling, the umpires be yelling, other coaches be talking crazy. I would always be like, wait.
We don't talk to each other like. Did you mean that?
What?
Bro, even in business, when people...
That's like him allowing his generational trauma to just be passed down to his children. And if he's not breaking that cycle from now, then his child will actually take on that and teach his own children the same thing. That's just sad, man.
It's a guy right now, and you know who you are. You know who you are. And if you see this episode, baby, when we see each other, we got to talk. You know who you are, because I sent you an email and a text message that you didn't respond to. I don't even get that in negotiation. It's just certain levels you don't go to. But I know now that I'm doing some bigger business, I'm like, oh man, anything's fair in negotiation. I'm like, not that, not to me,
right.
Not from where I'm from.
So I had to learn. They talk. They talk loud. Yeah. They will yell at you. They will insult you.
I'm like,
we're definitely at fighting level for me.
Yeah.
But then I learned. I said, okay, so we're not.
We're not.
We are competing at a very high level, and it's getting verbal.
Yeah.
That's where I'm really learning that it doesn't have to be physical. You can really, and plus I don't want to embarrass myself out there. I don't want to embarrass my son. I don't want to embarrass his teammates. And so I'm really learning and it's been a blessing because I think I'm better now. Like,
learning how to deal with it.
When stuff be going down out there on the field, you know what I'm saying? My wife be probably more emotional than me. And that's what takes it to another level.
So good.
Because the parents be up there, they be going at it.
Yeah.
This baseball stuff is something else. Like, they be up there, if the other team get to winning, boy, they chirp.
I think the takeaway from that for these guys is that you're teaching these kids the problem solving skills on the field, and see they're living the real life problem solving skills in the boardroom. So if you don't teach these kids from a young age how to be respectful of others' opinions and how to navigate a discussion without it getting physical, without being verbally abusive, you are setting them up for failure if you fail to teach them these simple skills at a young age.
And then if we win at the end, you know, my wife, she like me. She, oh yeah, all that y'all was talking earlier. Hold on, chill. Don't do that.
Because if somebody say something to you, now you got me in. Oh, you got me in a compromise.
What happened to all that y'all was saying earlier? I said, no, baby, we can't do that out here. We can't do that. Let them go on to the parking lot. Go on.
Y'all in the baseball.
Yes, kicking it off.
I'm not gonna put no cameras on. Y'all finna say, man, I want to put cameras on you. I'm not gonna do that.
Ooh, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'd be a good show.
Yes, it
It'd
would.
be a good show. Raise it.
Yeah, you have to bleep them. You have to bleep me. You have to bleep me now. If people be like, I cannot let my kid play for him.
You better get up here. Oh, y'all winning though?
Oh yeah, they 59, 12, and 2.
Sheesh.
So they
got a lot of games.
This is the most I've ever seen young kids play. But I love it.
Yeah.
So the way it's set up is if, you know, they go to a tournament, if they win, they play more games. Obviously, people be getting eliminated early.
Yes, but they winning.
They've been winning. So they've won 4 tournaments in a row, then lost this past weekend in Detroit.
Okay.
And the boys, they was talking crazy too. I mean, it's a whole culture.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoy it. But what I love most is that I'm learning how to relax.
Yeah.
Even in the game, because I used to go off on them. Just the littlest things.
Mhm.
I got some, like, I done got them like militant.
Yeah.
That's how good they are.
Yeah.
But I've learned how to just sit, watch the game, enjoy it until I need to interject myself.
So how did Ty grow up with a father figure? Did you grow up with your dad?
My dad was there my whole life. Thank
Good.
God, I love him. Man, I mean it. Like, you know, he passed away.
Yeah. How old were you then?
That was now 8 years ago.
Okay, grown man.
Yeah, on the first of the year, I was coming back home. It's crazy. He called me and said, man, why don't you slide by, you know, the old folks home we were at. Why don't you slide by and see me? I went by and saw him that night after I saw him, he passed. Like, a lot of people was like, man, he was waiting to see you, you know? So
That's how I was gonna say.
he was always there. That was that played a role in me fighting to stay in my home no matter what. Like, I saw him and my mom going through stuff heavy, but he stayed.
Mhm.
And I don't know if he felt like it was worth it back then, but man, he set the standard for me wanting to be in my family.
Mhm.
Like, no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I know what it did for me. All of the success that everybody is seeing right now is because he stayed.
That's good.
All of the music, the ministry, it literally was because he gave me some type of stick-to-itiveness that I never would have had I saw him walk away.
Mhm.
I'd have been like, oh, okay, well, it's cool to do this. I can opt out of this. But he got something, he put something on the inside of me, and I never was able to even tell him this because I was on him so bad as a kid. I was on my father because him and my mom would be into it, and I would just be like, Dad, why don't you chill out on Mom a little bit? That's how I felt.
That's good, man.
Until I got my own family. And then I was like, and he was gone. And I wish I could have told him, hey, I understand now. I get it now. Like, I understand why there's disagreements between husband and wife, why y'all don't always see eye to eye. Y'all trying to get it right. And I didn't understand as a kid. I thought it was you because Mom was the weaker vessel, and it always looked like, hey, man, you coming against my mama. And I was so protective of her. But then as I got older, man, you know what I'm saying? Daddy, I apologize. Yeah, I apologize. My old man said something one time, they was arguing, man. This is crazy. Because I was a kid. He should have said this in front of me. But he said, hey, ask your mama when the last time we had sex.
Protecting moms, yeah.
I said, Dad, I ain't asking nobody nothing.
I'm not going to ask you.
Yeah, because I don't even, my mind has blocked that part of y'all out completely. I don't even think y'all do that in real life, right?
Right.
And he said, no, ask her. It's been this long, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I had no clue about the strain of that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get old and get your own. And I said, I recalled the timeline that he said. I said, man, if we wasn't doing it that long, then I'm leaving. I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
I'd have been gone based off what he said.
Yeah.
So all of that anyway to say, yeah, he was in my life and he gave me a blueprint of what it was like to really build something. And I think everything that God has allowed me to build as a family and even as a business is because of him.
Yeah. What was his profession?
He was a postal worker, 27 years.
Oh, yeah. It's Missouri and Illinois.
Yeah, postal work.
Let me tell y'all, to those of y'all don't know, if you get a good post office job, man, you don't leave that job. You stay there and you retire. Health. You got benefits. This is the conversation in the Midwest. You know he working at that post office. Like that, in those times, it's like when a person say, yeah, man, he owned his own business. He an entrepreneur. He's 7-figure earner.
Yeah.
Every woman wanted this guy.
Yeah.
He worked at the post office.
Yep.
And he got them good benefits. Check come 2 times a month.
Yes.
Girl, you better stay in that marriage.
Yeah.
That man is secure.
It's a real fascinating thing because here's the thing. I think what this father showed Todd is that, look, if you're going to be a man in your house, you've got to stick this thing out. You've got to work hard. You've got to communicate. You've got to stick this out and stay with your family, build your family. There are going to be tough times, real tough times, but as much as it lies with you, stay with them. Be there for your children. If things even break down, be there for your children. Let them understand that you're there for them. It's a very, very good discussion, and I think a lot can be taken from this, especially as it relates to the importance of fathers, what they do for their children, for their families, but especially what they do for their sons, and how it is that their effort and their approach, their ability to problem solve and to discuss and to reason, all of these things are really important for children and especially for our boys. So this was a good discussion, good conversation, a lot to unpack in this one. I'll leave a link to the full conversation in the pinned comments below. So let me know what you think about what these guys had to say about fatherhood, raising their children, supporting children, and especially supporting sons. Let me know what you got to say about this one. See you later.